King Ant made the beat.
For the people in the back, man, I have another good one for you. A really good video today for you. I know I've been putting it off a long time, but it's just because I wanted to more or less, because it is a sensitive subject, to make sure that I relay this subject in a way that everyone receives it, not in a contradicting manner, not to poke at or say one's better than the other or this, that, and the other. Just want to state some facts that have been distorted for, hundreds of years. And again, this is not to make anyone feel bad. This is not to downplay any other people, places, things, races, religions. I don't need people in my inbox, and I love all my brothers and sisters, definitely, of different doctrines. So I want to say to my Muslim brothers, please don't get on here and be contradictive and back and forth with people about this, that, and the other, because that's not what this is about. For my Christians, please don't come up here, quoting scriptures about this, that, and the other. This is not what this is about, okay? This is about showing how society can abrupt history and change history at a whim. Okay, so I'm not saying religion is wrong. I'm not saying spirituality is wrong, but I am saying at one point, and it still is sometimes interpreted in different ways, but also in a way to sway the masses into an agenda that wanted to be done. Okay, I want to speak a little bit about, the Black Madonna, Black Jesus, so-called. And the only reason I'm saying this is not to say, Jesus is black, and I'm not arguing that. What's truth is truth. I'm not talking about his race. I am talking about the pigmentation of his color. Okay, this is what we're talking about today. So I don't need enthusiasts getting on here saying that I'm racist toward this or whatever the situation is. Okay, I'm just speaking facts that had come out, whether Putin's intentions or the Vatican's intentions or whatever their intentions were. I'm just relaying a message, okay? And this made them have to look at this on a bigger scale and had to make one institution apologize. Okay, we know he didn't apologize, or they didn't apologize because they wanted to. They apologized because they got caught, and that's good enough for me. Okay, so I just really want to get into the Black Madonna, the Black Jesus, what was done at at the Vatican, the Pope, and the other different regions who saw Jesus in another light, who saw the Madonna in another light. Guys, y'all also know that I always get information from reputable third parties. So I want you to take a look at this. I got some information I want to share with you. Take a look at this. Right now, take this in with an accepting spirit. Don't take this as a combative thing, because we're not going to do that on this podcast. We're a family here. We're a community here. I have all race and colors of people. My children are biracial. Okay, so I just want you to take a look at this and see the history and what happened, how we can fix it, and we can still go about the one and the Most High that we love. Okay, so check this out and tell me what you think, and we'll discuss this a little bit later, okay, when we come back.
What if I told you that the Vatican helped Europe colonize the world, that it justified European colonialism in the name of spreading Christianity? That there are papal decrees that allowed European empires to take over entire countries. And for what? To allow colonizers to subjugate people, to take away their lands, wage war on their cultures, impose a self-conceived notion of racial superiority over them. And all of this just because the colonists claimed that they were the ones who discovered new lands. So they had a right to rule over those new lands. Now, the Vatican has come forward and apologized for what it did. It has apologized for helping the colonizers. Here's a report.
Have you heard something called the doctrine of discovery? It's Europe's version of finders, keepers. It's what European colonizers used to subjugate the world. The doctrine was cited by Europeans who discovered new lands, and the doctrine traces its roots back to the Vatican and to the Catholic Church. Now the Church has apologized for helping in their conquests. On Thursday, the Vatican issued an unprecedented statement. It officially apologized for its historical role in justifying colonialism by European powers. The Vatican said, "The Roman Catholic Church repudiates those concepts that fail to recognize the inherent human rights of indigenous peoples, including what has become known as the legal and political doctrine of discovery." It also declared that the doctrine is not part of the Christian's faith, but the Vatican is centuries late. The doctrine of discovery is a concept laid out in the so-called papal bulls. What are these? These are usually official statements from the head of the Catholic Church. That would be the Pope. So no less than the popes were involved in justifying European colonialism. Their decrees were used extensively in the conquest of Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Africa, and the United States. The colonized claimed that they had the approval of the Church to have sovereignty, property, and commercial rights in lands they discovered. Here's an example. Papal decrees in the 15th century permitted Portugal to subjugate Muslims and the non-Christians in Africa. That's not even the ugliest part of these decrees. The Vatican was quite explicit when it came to who Europe could colonize. It could only be non-Christians. So colonialism was essentially used as a tool by the Vatican to spread Christianity across the world. And the colonized countries paid a huge price. Take Canada, for instance. Between the 19th and the 20th centuries, more than 150,000 indigenous children were taken hostage in Canada. They were snatched away from their families and lodged against their will in the re-education institutions. Here, they were subjected to unspeakable atrocities. They were physically assaulted and sexually. Many of them didn't survive. They were buried in mass graves that are still being discovered in Canada. Last year, Pope Francis visited Canada. He apologized to the indigenous people for what the Vatican put them through. In 2015 too, the Pope apologized for the Catholic Church's action in Bolivia. He sought forgiveness not only for the offenses of the Church but also for the crimes committed against the native people during the so-called conquest of America. Just so you know, European colonism was a vast and often very violent project. The whole world at some point or the other has been under the control of a European power. Look at the French Empire. It ruled over territory greater than the size of the Europe itself. Then there was the British Empire, the most notorious of them all. And its peak was about 25% of the world population was a subject of the British Empire. Apologies are welcome and long overdue.
Hi. Strange things are happening in the world right now. Strange things. The other day we had a solar eclipse. Some people attached a lot of meaning to the solar eclipse, and me, as a religious believer, I believe that the end times was to carry a lot of things. Things will be revealed, things will be this and that. Remember the case with P. Diddy, Justin Bieber, the pastor, the mega church pastor, T.D. Jakes. It is said that during the end times, a lot will be revealed. Nothing shall hide from the eyes of the Lord. That's how I know it. And so, one of the things that has been revealed during these end times is the black Jesus Christ. Or, was there some times when divinities were black? From the drawings of Leonardo da Vinci, he painted the picture of the Last Supper. Jesus was white. Remember, Leonardo da Vinci is a white, he's an Italian. And so he painted the picture of Jesus Christ as a white person having dinner with his 12 disciples in the Last Supper picture, you know. A lot of things are being revealed now. A video was trending online where the Pope Francis was worshipping Madonna, Black Madonna.
This video is brought to you by Melanin Particle. Thank you, Melanin Particle. What I want to show you here is that they worship us behind closed doors. The power behind all of this is you. Nobody else. Just watch. Tell me something I don't know. Whoa.
Imagine the Pope worshipping these. These are things that people try so hard for Africans not to look at them. But as I told you, things are being revealed. Was Jesus Christ black? Was he really black? Or was he white? Or who was Jesus Christ? What race was Jesus Christ? The question of the race of Jesus Christ is not addressed in the Bible. It is not addressed Jesus was this race. No. We're only told of the lineage of Jesus Christ, up from Abraham. We have Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Judah, so many generations. We have David, King David, many generations, Jesus Christ. And so exactly what's the race of Jesus Christ? Does the Vatican know something that Africans or black people don't know? Or are they hiding something that is really important? Or why is it that the black person is always looked down upon in the entire planet? What is it with black people that makes other people so much itchy and so much angry about them? Without further ado, I want us to jump into this video, see what this is all about, and let's check out what we can learn from this video, and then I'll give you my thoughts by the end of the video.
The Black Madonna, or Black Virgin, refers to artistic depictions of the Virgin Mary and the infant Jesus with dark skin, found in various Catholic and Orthodox traditions across Western Christendom. These images, often venerated icons of Byzantine influence or style, date back to the 13th and 14th centuries in Italy, with older examples from regions like the Middle East, Caucasus, Egypt, and Ethiopia. Typically crafted from wood and occasionally stone, these statues are usually painted and can be up to 75 centimeters tall. They are generally categorized into two types: freestanding figures or those seated on thrones. Europe alone has documented 400 to 500 Black Madonnas, with southern France hosting at least 180. Many of these revered figures, some linked to miracles and drawing large numbers of pilgrims, are housed in churches or shrines, though replicas can also be found in museums. The veneration of the Black Madonna, represented in statues and paintings, is a practice found across various countries, including Spain, France, Italy, Switzerland, and Russia, making these sites among the most visited places dedicated to the Virgin Mary. While Europe, especially the Mediterranean region, hosts a significant number of these icons, the Americas also have their venerated figures, such as Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico, another pivotal religious symbol. Despite the widespread reverence for the Black Madonna, there exists considerable misunderstanding and underappreciation of her significance within mainstream Christianity, often clouded by racism and ignorance. For instance, a myth surrounding the Black Madonna in France's Chartres Cathedral suggests her dark skin is the result of centuries of candle soot accumulation, a theory that persists despite evidence to the contrary. The Chartres Cathedral was once home to two significant Black Madonnas: Notre Dame de Pilar, a dark walnut statue created in 1508 as a replica of a 13th century silver Madonna, prominently positioned on a tall pillar amidst candles, and Notre Dame de Sauterre, a recreation of an original lost during the French Revolution. In 2014, restoration efforts in the cathedral led to the repainting of Notre Dame de Pilar in a style reminiscent of the 19th century, which resulted in the statue losing its Black Madonna designation. This decision to alter the statue's appearance drew significant criticism for erasing historical significance. We in the Black community fully understand the reason why. What is known as fact does not require an explanation. Similarly, instances of icons being deliberately lightened have been documented, such as in Rome's Santa Maria del Popolo Church, where the Black Madonna has been altered to appear white in certain representations. In southern Spain, an attempt to clothe the Virgin of Regla led to the separation and alteration of the original dark-skinned Jesus figure, reflecting a pattern of cultural alteration or whitewashing. In her book, The Black Madonna in Latin America and Europe, Malgorzata Oleskiewicz Peralba traces the worship of the Black Madonna back to ancient times, suggesting a deep-rooted historical reverence. According to her research, in places like Russia and Poland, the Virgin Mary is often referred to as the Mother of God, a title that echoes her ancient designation as the Mother Goddess, highlighting a long-standing and profound connection to the divine feminine. What is the link between this Christian icon and Kemet, or what Western scholars call Egypt? We will examine the historical records later in this video. Get ready for some real, eye-opening historical facts. Throughout history, the Mother Goddess has been a central figure in various cultures, embodying the essence of creation and the very foundation of reality. She's often depicted as the originator of all life, associated with the darkness of the cosmos and the fertile, nourishing earth. This deity has been known by many names, including Ceres in Rome, Cybele in Anatolia and Rome, Artemis in ancient Greece, Kali in India, and Isis in ancient Egypt. More on Isis soon. These goddesses, often portrayed as regal figures seated on thrones with a divine child, symbolize fertility and the earth's nurturing aspects. The Black Madonna, similar to these ancient goddesses, taps into a deep, ancient memory of humanity's African origins, representing the archetypal Earth Mother. This connection imbues Blackness with profound meanings of love, nurturing, protection, wisdom, and justice. It is perhaps this shared cultural memory that elevates dark-skinned representations of the divine feminine to among the most venerated in religious traditions, with the darker icons often attracting more devotees and attributed miracles. In some respects, this modern-day devotion to the Black Madonna could be seen as a continuation of ancient worship within Catholicism. This devotion can be viewed as a sustained reverence for the divine feminine. At a shrine in Eureka, Missouri, dedicated to the Black Madonna of Częstochowa, there's a replica that looks noticeably lighter-skinned. This trend of altering traditional religious icons to fit modern sensibilities isn't an isolated occurrence. This pattern of commodification also reflects how Christianity integrated the figure of the Mother Goddess into the Virgin Mary, adapting pagan symbols to fit its narrative. This may come as a shock to many, but it is important to know the true history of the Black Madonna. Early Christians often transformed pagan sites and symbols to align with their beliefs, building churches on ancient temples and reinterpreting relics to fit Christian narratives. An example of this is found in Sainte-Marie-de-la-Mer, a southern French village where the Romani community venerates Sara la Kali, their patron saint, who is also considered an unofficial Black Madonna. The church housing her statue stands on a site once dedicated to a pagan temple, with the crypt designed to symbolize the Mother Goddess, resembling the Earth's womb. Sara la Kali, blending attributes of the Virgin Mary and the Hindu goddess Kali.
Wow. That was some information, wasn't it, y'all? Whew. Now, from what you heard, okay, we're not telling you to not serve, praise Jesus or thank Jesus for what he's done, but we now have to pay attention, guys, to where we're sending our prayers, okay? Because when we look at that picture on the wall in a lot of churches, that's not the right Jesus, okay? So, if we are praying to the wrong Jesus, that means we're praying it to an idol. I just lost 4 subscribers. I just lost 4 subscribers. So what are we praying to now, y'all? When y'all open up and y'all see that big, pretty white Jesus there, okay? And we know now by biblical fact that that's not what he looked like. Now we are praying to Baal. We're praying to an idol, which the Bible explicitly talks about praying to idols. The Holy Quran explicitly talks about praying to different idols, that there's only one God, and those different religions. Okay, so from what you've seen, guys, drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Please make sure that comment is not a comment of hate or a comment of conflict or a comment of debation. This is just information that I'm giving you, and please receive it as you did. Please like, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Just tell me what you think. But guys, continue to serve the Most High. Continue to let the Lord lead you in the way that you need to be led in, and He's gonna always reveal the truth. It doesn't matter how long that truth was buried. The truth has to come out, and it seems like in 2024, the truth is gonna come out. For the people in the back, thank you so much for subscribing and liking again. For the people in the back community, I want to take a moment of silence out just for a second to reflect on this and to reflect on everybody's life and send positive energy out to everyone, okay? Bow your head. For the people in the back, enjoy the rest of your week. Tell me what you think. And I got more coming, especially with for the people in the back movies. Okay? Thank you. For the people in the back, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.